Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today, and it's all focused on just one source.
Yeah, a single pretty fascinating one. It's a transcript from a YouTube video. The title is Lord Rail, You Were Warned.
Right, from the Christus Return channel. And our mission here really is to walk you through the messages and pronouncements in this text.
See what the key ideas are that the speaker's putting out there.
Exactly.
And what strikes me right off the bat is how it just starts with this intense conflict, almost like a response.
Yeah, no kidding. The speaker uses some really charged language like, you're a loser, you are very stupid, even, I hate you.
And it's framed, as a reaction like, they test me, Father, they mock me, hate me, when all I have done is offer them salvation. So it's setting up this dynamic immediately.
It definitely doesn't ease you in. It jumps straight into being confrontational.
Mm.
And then it builds on that, right, with these big
So
declarations.
sweet declarations, yeah, about people who haven't changed after 2,000 years, apparently. Still wicked, ungrateful children.
Which leads, I guess, inevitably in the source's logic, to this pronouncement of, well, action. The speaker says they know they must chastise them.
And this idea of chastisement or, judgment, it's really central. It pops up again and again.
It seems to target America specifically at one point.
It does. Claims America was once most favored, but now it's grown boastful, wicked, and hay. That's the quote.
And it also aims judgment at people the speaker calls Christian, but who, according to the text, showed love by accusing me.
Which leads to this line, that is why, regrettably, I must judge you as well. So it's judgment for individuals, for the country, for certain believers.
And linked to all this judgment, there's a really clear, almost urgent call to action, something for you, the listener, to do.
Yeah, that command, come out of Babylon or suffer the fate which will befall him, and also gather to me now, for the time of your redemption has come.
The urgency really comes through, especially with those repeated lines about wrath. My wrath is great as my wrath is. My wrath is great. Wrath is great. It's quite intense.
It is. But then, sort of interestingly, right in the middle of these big pronouncements, the source throws in this specific real-world story.
The Joplin tornado anecdote.
Exactly. It includes audio describing a large, destructive tornado causing massive damage there.
And then it follows that description of destruction with this narrative about finding a Bible.
Right. A Bible found remarkably preserved in the wreckage of a Baptist church. The source calls it a daily minor miracle.
And it really leans into the supposed significance of that find. It quotes someone reacting, what are the chances of that sit right on it for you? Holy cow.
And concludes, if nothing better happens in this whole thing, that's gotta mean something. Like it's a sign, a piece of evidence dropped in.
Yeah, presented that way.
Definitely. Then the source pivots again back to these direct pronouncements, this time aimed at the clergy of the world.
What does it say about them?
It claims they had a chance but refused it because of their great your hubris. I think that means hubris and banal your grasp of Scripture.
So consequences follow.
Oh, yeah. Severe ones, according to this. Their privileges are revoked. They're no longer the priesthood of the living God. And then the big one, the church age is over.
Wow. Ending the church age. That's a massive claim within its own framework.
Huge. And the instruction that follows is just as direct. Come out of the churches now.
Right. It tells listeners they shouldn't genuflect to hollow men who preach the mistranslated words of dead zealots anymore.
Instead, they should listen to the words of the living Son of God. And there's a warning, too.
For staying in other churches.
Yeah, your disobedience will be dealt with most harshly.
So that reinforces the earlier command, the gather to me now part. It's demanding direct loyalty.
Absolutely. It states there's no tolerance for those who perkily wallow in blasphemy or choose comfortable lies over the divine truth. It's very black and white.
And Little talks about raising a new priesthood, which leads into this, I guess, ultimate vision of division for everyone.
A really stark one. The source says, there shall be two classes of people upon this earth, those that are with me and those that are against me. Simple as that.
And a strong warning if you end up in that second group.
Yeah.
Any actions against the speaker's rule will be greatly magnified.
And then finally kind of zooms out even further. It issues directives to the governments of the world.
Governments. What does it tell them?
It commands them, it is time to make tribute to your king, and gives this really specific, almost odd instruction. You will contact the Templar commander and make proper arrangements.
Templar commander.
Okay.
And it ends by saying the relationship depends upon you act wisely.
Quite the set of instructions.
So yeah, what does this all mean for you listening to this? We've walked through this source, right? We've seen claims of judgment, wrath against people, America, clergy.
Declarations about the end of the church age, that whole Joplin tornado story with the Bible.
Instructions to come out, to gather, pronouncements dividing everyone into two camps.
And even orders for world governments involving a Templar commander. It covers a lot of ground.
It really does. And as you think about this source, here's maybe the really interesting bit to chew on.
Yeah.
The way the speaker mixes these very strong religious claims and warnings with things from the real world, like the Joplin tornado or
Oh.
name-dropping historical groups like the Templars,
Yeah.
a 2,000-year time frame reference.
Right. It's this blend, prophetic claims sitting alongside tangible events or historical references. So the question for you is, what does this mix, this blending of the prophetic, the real world, the historical, what does that suggest about the nature of the message itself? How is it trying to present its authority or its truth to you?